Welcome to part two of today's show and week two of the lockdown. It is day 15 of the lockdown now, and we'd like to welcome you viewers along to the show this afternoon, and thanks for joining us. Well, this morning we did a bit of an aerobics session outside the dining room, listening to different songs. And now here's Michael to tell you all about it. Good afternoon, Michael. Welcome to the second Tuesday here at Oceana. Thanks for joining me in the studio this afternoon.
Thank you, Barry. Thanks, great to be back again. Another Tuesday here at Oceana. My pleasure to join you.
Well, today on the show, just to recap on a few things from last week. We talked about staying put and staying indoors, and we'll be doing that in many weeks and maybe months to come. So let's hope it's not too long so we can kiss this coronavirus goodbye and the lockdown goodbye and get back to a normal life. Here's my outsider for his opening view on this.
That's right, Barry. We're staying put at the moment, not going to St. Ives just yet. Still waiting for further notice. But while we wait, we will be doing all we can to keep up our hygiene, keep our distance from one another, and keep each other nice and healthy. Back to you.
Well, it's like I said in the first part of the show today with Oscar just an hour ago. It's very important that you do keep your distance, guys, because with this coronavirus happening now, it's very important that you abide by the rules, listen to your news updates, etc. And I am pleased to report that the coronavirus is slowly starting to come down a bit. So hopefully it won't go up. It will go in and we'll be back to normal. So listen to your news updates, guys. Check your websites. Don't believe everything that you see on it. The government was saying it could be 2 years, but I don't think so. I don't think that'll be happening. But the most important thing, guys, is being out there for one another and supporting one another. Here's my outsider now for his view on this.
That's right, Barry. It's all about coming together as a team, isn't it? As a nation, and just because it's something that affects all of us, so we've all got to work together for it.
So we know that you've had your holidays planned and you plan to go to the Easter show, but unfortunately, guys, the plug has been pulled on that. But I do have some good news for you, which will delight the kids. But I will give you that news at the end of today's program. Well, yesterday I made a beautiful cake with Cass and Dee. And if you like a cake, guys, just look up a recipe for your favorite cake. Here's my offsider.
Well, Barry, I'm sad I missed that little baking session you had. Sounds great.
So, to make a cake, guys, what you need to do is look up a recipe for your favorite cake. And we have a special guest in the studio.
Special guest.
And
Hello, how are we today?
and here's my first offside from the first part of the show.
Hello, good afternoon. I've come back.
And we're talking about how to make a cake here. Now, Oscar, what's your favorite cake?
Sponge cake.
Now, a sponge cake, guys, is look up a recipe for it and then make it and then put jam and cream in the middle. Here's my offside.
Can't go wrong with a sponge cake, Barry. Any occasion, birthdays, any celebration. Back to you.
And like I said also yesterday on the program, always grease your cake tin well with butter using a piece of baking paper and make sure that your contents don't leak out of the tin like it did yesterday in the oven. Nearly a disaster, but we know what to do right next time we make a cake. Another favorite cake is Madeira cake. Now that's like a vanilla cake, I think, but I will have to look up a recipe for that. And we'll take a break. Welcome back. Just a couple of things to finish today's show with. We were talking about a cake. Now, the most important thing, guys, if you are making a cake, make sure that you have enough ingredients to bake the cake. Make sure the ingredients are in date before using them, I should say. Okay, make sure that your oven is at the right temperature before you put a cake in, and keep an eye on the cake. Also, read on the recipe how long to bake the cake for. Here's my offsider.
Absolutely, Barry. Very important, like you said, to preheat the oven. And of course, as you know, to check the dietary requirements of your guests that you'll be serving.
Okay, and check to see what people can eat and what they can't eat, because this is very important, because if someone can't eat nuts, they can't have butter, they can't have dairy like I excuse me, they can't have dairy or sunflower seeds. Always consider other people's diets, because they may have an allergic reaction, and some people may not be able to have nuts. Here's my offsider.
Good point, Barry. Very important. Back to you.
And one last thing before you take the cake out of the oven, guys, put a skewer in the middle of the cake, okay? And if the skewer comes out clean, guys, the cake is ready. But if it's not, you will need to bake the cake a little longer and keep an eye on the cake. Make sure that it doesn't burn. Here's my offside.
That's right. The old skewer trick, Barry, like you mentioned, is a moisture test. If it comes out too dirty, then it's too moist and undercooked in the center. Although we do want a moist cake, though, Barry, we don't want it undercooked.
Well, and that's how you make a cake. Well, we are out of time here for part 2 of our show. Thanks for joining Michael and I here today. And I'll be back with you later on this evening for the wrap up in the day and of how it went. And also I will fit in a third idea to wrap the day up. So we are in week 2 of our lockdown right now. Okay? Please be patient and supportive of one another. And don't get angry because you can't go out and see your friends. We know it's going to be difficult over the Easter break, guys, and now usually I would say drive carefully and drive safely, but I can't bring you a road safety message this year. But I do have some good news for the kids. The Easter Bunny is exempt, and there will be Easter eggs on Sunday morning when you wake up, okay? So hot cross buns and Easter eggs are still on the menu for Easter. The only things that will not be happening this year are the Easter show, the Anzac Day services around the country, and the Tokyo Olympics, and the Wimbledon tennis championships over in London, okay, and the ACCA up in Brisbane. So a fair few things have been cancelled this year due to the coronavirus. And we know how frustrating it is, but guys, the government has to make those tough decisions. And there you have it, part 2 of the show for Tuesday, April 7th. The number that we rely on 24 hours a day. Please do not ring that number unless you've got an emergency. And if you are in a crisis, you can ring Lifeline on 131114. That number again, 131114. And if there is an emergency and lines are at risk, please do ring 000, but only in an emergency. Here's Michael now with his closing message on this.
Absolutely right. Good point, Barry. Just for emergencies. It's great to be part of your YouTube channel again this week. Hopefully I'll see you next week, and we'll be wrapping up a great Easter long weekend, won't we?
And we'll be wrapping up not so great Easter, but like I said, the Easter Bunny will deliver the eggs on Sunday and the hot cross buns, so at least there is some good news for the children who love their Easter eggs. So on that note, guys, time for us to say farewell to you now. Please wash your hands, sanitize, and from us now, from Michael and I, it's good afternoon, and here's Michael to say his farewell now.
Farewell, guys. Stay safe, stay clean, and look after each other.
And remember, if you feel upset or anxious, please remember to email your friends and stuff like that. Give them a call and let them know how you are feeling. But from us now, it's good afternoon, and we'll see you next Tuesday. But I will be back later on this evening to give you the wrap up of the day. But until then, have a good afternoon, guys. Take care. The time now is 4 minutes to 2. This is Barry, Claire, and Michael wishing you a great afternoon from the entire team at Oceania and Lifestyles. We wish you a very good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
The time now is 3 minutes to 2. Bye for now.